pretty gang? It's your favorite nail tech back with another video, and today I have a story time for you. Now, I'm gonna be honest, it's 9:27 in the morning, and I just kind of threw a few clips together for this because I have a lot of unfinished videos due to me running out of space on my phone at one point. So if you see basically like a ragla-tag clips here and there, like clips that are not associated with each other, we're just gonna ignore that for the fun of the story time. Okay, so this story time is actually going to take place in, I want to say 2021, because this is when I had moved to another suite, and y'all, that didn't work out at all, but that's for another day. Okay, so basically this is going to be a story time about how somebody disputed a charge over $100. Okay, so let me give you some backstory. So this particular client I was thinking was a new client, right? I had at one point switched from booking through like DMs and text message to booking through Square. So basically I thought this was a new client, but when the client actually walked up, mind you, I'm in California, so we were still wearing masks at the time. When the client walked up, she didn't have a mask on, but she was putting it on. I'm like, why does she look familiar? And then that's pretty much when I realized that's because she is familiar. Now, had I known who she was, okay, I would not have let her book again, okay? And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this is a side note. The footage that you guys are watching me do nails, this was a horrible application. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the room temperature, my beads and everything like that, but child, I could not get it together, which is probably why I didn't continue with the process. But I was supposed to show you guys how to shape and fix it, but I didn't have storage, okay? So yeah, we're struggling on screen here, okay? So had I known who she was, I wouldn't have let her book. And the reason why I say that is because the year prior, right, somebody had came to my door like a day after her appointment and was like, hey, is this your client? They had a video footage. I said, I'm not sure. Why? Because I'm like, well, I don't want to, I don't want to make the spot hot, And they basically said, well, this person was captured, and mind you, this was at my previous suite in 2020 before I moved. They said, this client was actually seen stealing motherfucking money from outside somebody's suite door. Somebody dropped money outside their door. She basically picked it up, looked the building manager right in the face, stole it, never came back, whatever. I'm like, well, that's probably why she never came back, okay? Because she is a literal thief, right? Okay. So fast forward back to 2021. So when I seen her, I was like, okay, well, she didn't steal from me. And granted, somebody did drop money and she took drop money. So I'm not going to say that's not as bad as like directly scamming or stealing somebody in their face. But technically the people knew who stole the money, okay? So she comes in, we say our niceties, hey girl, what's up, what's poppin'? She said again, it's her birthday. Okay, cool. I'm giving her, some color swatches to look at. I'm asking her, okay, what do you want? She's like, you know what? I want something fly. I want something that's like some type of marble, some type of something. I said, okay, cool. Now go ahead and choose your colors, right? Now, typically during this step, I kind of observe what people choose on their own, and then sometimes I might put in my input. Because the thing with marble, right, is that you have colors mixing together, but those two colors or whatever, 4 or 5, however many colors you choose, they're also going to have a byproduct that they make from mixing. So, for example, I would not tell you to choose a dark blue and a dark red to marble because the byproduct of that is going to be an extremely dark purple, and it's going to cause muddiness in the pockets where the blue and red actually mix. Okay, so that's going to be very muddied, and it's just not going to be as appealing, right? So she was choosing color. She said, how do you feel about these? I said, okay, these are cool, no problem, whatever. And then I think she wanted some stuff encapsulated here and there. Now, mind you, I am a fan of unconventional colors. I understand the color wheel. I understand color theory. So just because colors look like they don't go together, that doesn't mean that technically they don't, all right? So she chose the colors. I'm getting ready to start, whatever. And as soon as I start, she says, oh, well, these sure are some different colors that I chose. I said, okay, well, you chose them. So if you don't like them, the colors are still wet. I can take it off and we can do something else. She said, no, let's keep going. It's going to grow on me. I said, okay, all right. So by the second finger, she's like, oh, man, I don't know if it's growing on me. I said, well, I'm going to tell you like this. This is where we should either stop what we're doing and maybe have this designed as an accent nail and just match it on 2 fingers on the other side, and let's just do something else on the other ones, or this would be where you decide that, you know what, maybe we should paint over it or something, something, right? Miss Mama said, no, 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 we're going to stick it through, we're going to see it through, okay? So in my head, I'm just like, are you absolutely sure? Because that just doesn't make sense if right now, 10 minutes into this design, you are not feeling it. Now, mind you, I'm not going to say that I was as fast as I am now doing nails, but I also wasn't like as slow as I used to be. So it's like there definitely was time for you to make up your mind and feel away. So we're talking, vibing, and by the time I'm done with both hands, she's like, I honestly don't know if I like this. I said, well, okay, your only other option is to like paint over it, because remember, I did discuss with you what the options were at the time of you initially being unsure and showing that you somewhat did not like the colors that you chose, okay? She said, well, maybe we could just blah, 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 right? And whatever idea she had suggested, I said, well, that cannot be done because the acrylic is dry, the acrylic is there. So we kind of have to keep shaping and going forward. Like I said, you can paint over it, which will take away from the shape in some sense, because now you're going to have layers of polish to try and cover this. And I want to say the colors were very bright, very, very, very out there, okay? So she was like, you know what, I don't want that. So, okay, that's fine. We'll just continue. Okay, cool. So I took the pictures, whatever, and then we were going to do a pedicure, just a regular pedicure, okay? And I use gel polish on my pedicures. So during the pedicure, clean, 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 file, 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 clip, clip, clip. And then during the polish, I could not understand. You know how a foot's supposed to be when you polish. You lay it down. You lay it flat. I could not understand that why after I would polish a toe, she would stick her foot in the air and look at the polish, right? And I'm like, baby girl, you're going to have to go ahead and lay your foot down, all right? And she would just kick it right back up like, oh, I'm not sure about this. I said, okay, what is it? Is it the color? Is it the this? Is that, right? She's like, well, this just doesn't seem how like it looks like when the nail shop does it. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not a nail shop, so I'm not understanding what you mean by that. Because to me, I'm like, it's looking pretty good. For those who've been watching my channel, I've been doing toes for years and years and years and years and years. Okay, not to say that in 2021 I had everything perfected and as nice as it is now, but it sure wasn't as bad as no chop shop. So I'm getting a little bit insulted. She's like, well, it's just the way you're painting. Mind you, I'm kind of getting irritated because I've been trying to paint 2 toenails for damn near 5 minutes, and every time I paint, she kick it up and the polish run down. I have to clean it. So I said, well, I'm gonna be honest with you, Miss Mamas. It's not looking that great as of now because I keep having to clean up polish dripping because you keep kicking your foot in the air. And as long as you keep kicking your foot up and polish is going to get into your cuticles, I said there's only so many times I can clean that up, just because if this is going to keep happening over and over and over, then the polish is going to get into little cracks and crevices that I'm not going to be able to keep having time to clean out, because like I do have other clients. Not to say like tell your clients basically, well, I'm doing a bad job because it's your fault and I'm running out of time. But to be honest, I was absolutely honest with her and letting her know that the result right now, it's not going to get better if every time I paint a toenail, you're moving and shaking and then causing polish to drip all over your feet. Because y'all, when I tell you, it was like not just a little bit, no, it was like dripping past her cuticles. So it was kind of pissing me off, And she's like, oh, okay, well, how can we fix that? I said, well, the only way to fix it is to stop moving your feet around, because like this is polish, it's liquid, and it's not going to cure until it's in the lamp. I said, but if I cure it after, like without cleaning it, it's going to cure weird. And if you keep tilting your feet in the air and polish keeps running down, even if I do clean it, it's still going to cure a little bit off, She was like, okay, well, I don't want polish anymore. I said, okay, perfectly fine. Because mind you, at this point, I didn't get to cure anything because all I was doing was fixing everything. So, okay, guys, I'm seeing there's only literally like 30 seconds left on this. So let me go add another clip. I don't know what it's going to be, but I got to add something so I can have more time to talk. So it's definitely not going to be blue nails after this. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So at that point, when she says she don't want no more polish, I said, okay, that's perfectly fine. I'll go ahead and leave you plain. I said, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next step, which was the massage, okay? So I get the luscious together. She said, I don't want a massage either. I said, oh, okay, like, are you sure? Because I'll take $5 off for the fact that you did not want any polish at all. She's like, no, I don't want a massage. Like, I'm just ready to go. I said, oh, okay, well, that's fine. Let me go ahead and clean up a little bit, and let me go ahead and get your total together, right? So at this point, I'm not thinking nothing of it. Again, like I said, I know that she had stolen somebody money from last year at the previous building that I was at, and like people seen her and everything like that. But I just did not know that she was gonna be trifling to me, because in my experience she was not trifling to me, right? So get that all together. Her total was, I want to say it was like 117, right? Mind you, the year, well, obviously it doesn't matter how much someone spent with you the year prior. That doesn't mean that they got it. But I'm just gonna be honest. Just, you know how people, how do I explain it? The interactions I had with her the previous year and stuff, and how I would hear her talk to people on the phone and things like that, I was just, it just, yeah, it just gave off a certain vibe and stuff like that, you know? So, like, even though she paid me because she was getting double XL nails and stuff like that, this year, I don't think she got double XL. I think she got something a little bit less in length, you know? So, told her the price, whatever. She was like, okay. She paid on her card. She went on her merry way, all right? Now, I'm thinking like, woo, okay, now next time I'm definitely not going to, I'm not going to book her again, because let me remind you that the first time I booked her, it was through text, which at that point I would take people's Instagram names down to keep track of them. And then when I switched over to Square, obviously you write in your name, which I feel like that wasn't even her real name, but you know, okay, whatever. So time goes by. I'm just going about my merry way, right? I happen to go into the feature on Square. I want to say probably literally like 2 weeks goes by. I happen to go in the feature on Square to where you can see your sales reports and stuff like that. And again, I was kind of still getting familiar with the Square app and things. And when I go to look at my sales and reports, there is a category that says disputes. So you can go to reports and right under disputes, right? So I'm looking like, why do it look like it's a notification for disputes? I click into it. Lo and behold, it is her transaction. I'm thinking like, oh, I know she didn't dispute me, because what about that, you know? So I'm looking into it. It's talking about the dispute said the charge, of course, $117. The reason, did not receive good or service. I said, I know she ain't. I know she ain't just dispute me and then go say she never received the good or service, when not only did she receive both goods and services, she was difficult as well. So that really just pissed me off some more. So I'm looking into it and things like that and seeing what can I do. So of course I can dispute the dispute, right, through Square. Now the thing about it is, people think that when someone disputes against you, like, okay, it's going to be easy to fight. No, it's not. Because the thing about it is, when someone disputes against you, their bank would much rather get the money back than tell them it's nothing we can do, right? So Square asks me questions, you know, it's like text prompts, and you can write like, okay, how's the interaction? What happened? I obviously have proof of the goods and services because I have a picture and I have an iPhone. And, you know, at the time, when you take a picture or a video, I mean, you know, it has the location details as well as the time and the date. So obviously I submit that, and I sent her a text message, right? Because I'm still so confused. I sent her a text message, and with Square, you can send someone a copy of a receipt at any time. So I sent the copy of the receipt with a text message saying, oh, hi, love. I noticed that it looks like you have disputed the charge from our appointment the other week. I just wanted to reach out just in case you were confused. Here is the receipt regarding the transaction that was done on the date and time. Please let me know if you have any questions. Just want to get through this misunderstanding, right? Because I'm thinking, I know she's not, right? But let me keep it professional just in case it was an accident or whatever. Of course, I never heard back from the girl. And just to make things a little bit better, right, for the dispute, you have to wait like a month for the results. And don't you know I lost? So I was really just like, not only did I have a very interesting interaction with this girl, not only had she stole from somebody in my building the prior year, not only was this literally the most difficult pair of toes to paint that I have ever painted in my entire life, okay, but she gonna dispute the charge. So of course, if you lose a dispute, that means the money is took from me and sent back to her. Okay, and it's so crazy because to this day, it's 2024, 3 years and I have never seen or heard from her again. But I could tell you what, I bet she wouldn't even dare book with me again, just because, like, girl, you would honestly be a fool to rebook with somebody that you disputed a charge with. Like, do you think I'm done? Like, no. But thankfully, that is the one and only time someone ever disputed a charge against me. Honestly, it's no fun, and I honestly feel like if somebody says that they didn't receive something, or somebody decides to do a chargeback to their card, I don't want to say that you probably might lose, but that's what that experience taught me, is because I went into it very, I guess you could say, eager, like, oh, there's no way I'm gonna lose this because blah 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 blah. And so it was just very disappointing that it did. And it's not like I'm selling something. The good that I am providing is a manual labor service. So that's just kind of what made it even worse, is the fact of, like, it's not even like I took my time to, like, okay, I just put something in the mail and someone was like, oop, I didn't get it. Okay, no. I worked my neck, my back, my coochie, and my crack to provide this service for old girl. Okay. And she charged back the card. I said, oh, okay. But I mean, I do have, like, even more story times that I'm getting ready to tell. And because I've been doing nails for so long, and I've never been a home nail tech to where people just come to me and that's it. No, I have experiences with people, like, in everyday life, like working in a nail shop, working in a men's salon, working in the suite. Like, I've just come across so many types of people, people in nail school, all of those things, that it's just caused me to meet a lot of interesting people and be in a lot of interesting situations. So, just stay tuned for that type of content. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and like the story times. Let me know what you think below if you've been in a situation like this. And of course, like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to keep up with my content.